Okay, can you tell us a little bit about your character in this movie and how you got into this?
Sure. Well, I play Jose Jonas, and the movie's Mad Families. I play kind of a fun-loving goofball who's got a series of million-dollar ideas, right? And he's always trying to get on his dad's good side, but his dad is just kind of not having any of it. And that's pretty much it. And the movie, basically, it's a comedy about three different families, right? It's an African-American family, a Hispanic family, and a Caucasian family. And through an administrative error due to them having similar last names, they get assigned to the same campsite. Now, they try to figure it out and kind of get along for a moment, but then the tensions rise. They decide the best way to deal with it is to have it all out through a series of competitions and contests, and then madness ensues. And that's pretty much it. It was the first time actually I've had a chance to do comedy, because a lot of the stuff I've done in the past has been mostly a little more dramatic stuff, a little bit of some typecasting, gangbanger, drug dealer, bad dudes. So it was a lot of fun to get a chance to kind of bring the funny in this job.
Also, you do a lot of stunts in this. What was it like getting prepared for that, and which one was your favorite one to do?
The biggest stunt that I kind of halfway did and halfway didn't was the fall off of a roof onto an enormous TV antenna and just get pierced right here in my love handle. And I knew there was going to be a stunt double, right? But I thought I was at least going to be up on the roof and do part of the coverage, and then at the very last, him take the biggest fall. And I was waiting in my trailer and waiting around. It's like, God, Lord, what are they doing, you know? And it's a lot of sitting around and waiting in this business, but I could have sworn that was the main scene that we were doing that day. And finally I wander out of my trailer, and I kind of like, there's nobody around, and I go and I finally find out where the action's going, and they're practically almost done shooting the whole scene. And I was like, guys, I thought I was going to get up on the roof, walk that fine line, flirting with danger. But no, I think the guy's name was Richie, was my stunt double. He was pretty much wrapping up at that point. But later in the day, I had kind of an opportunity to redeem myself and get a little bit of stunt action, because he had already left for the day. The director originally was planning on just having me shoved into the SUV, and then we had an idea that it would be funnier for me to be on top of the SUV as it pulled away. We were kind of losing light at the end of the day. They were trying to kind of coordinate a safety rig up there. It was taking up too much time, and I just said, you know what, screw it. Throw me up on the car. I don't need a safety rig. Let's get it let's get it before the end of the day. And we did. We were trying to have safety first, but in this case, we kind of went for it and walked that line of danger, and I think the movie was better for it. It was a fun time.
Awesome. And you also have Charlie Sheen in this. What was it like to being on set with him?
Yeah, Charlie was amazing. He was very, very cool. I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous at first because of, the rumors in the past and all the controversy that kind of he's flirted with throughout the years. But to be honest, he couldn't have been cooler. He was also executive producing on the show. He really made me feel at home, made me feel comfortable. And I think that played a big role as well, because I was kind of the new kid on the block. There's a lot of big names on the show, and I might be, one of the kind of newest familiar faces that people maybe aren't as familiar with as some of these other guys like Leah Remini, Naya Rivera, Efren Ramirez, all these other cats, right, that have been in quite a bit of stuff. But he really made me feel comfortable, and he was a total pro from day one all the way to the end. So that was nice.
Awesome. At the very end of this movie, you get to see a little bit of Vanessa Vasquez from East Los High. Would there be a possibility for a sequel where she's in it?
Well, I'm actually buddies with Vanessa, and Efren and I both knew her beforehand, and we kind of talked to the director to bring her on for this little scene at the end of the movie. And who knows? I have heard rumors recently that they're already talking about a sequel, so Mad Families 2. And who knows? It might be fun. We'll get to see if Vanessa joins us again and see what happens with whatever the director and the writer